So listen, okay. Aside from the book, we'll come back around to the book. How you get to write a book for Tupac? Give me that process.
It was a bet. It was the only bet I've ever won in my whole life. It was a bet. I was at Junior Achievement. We were doing board books at 10 o'clock at night. We had to put these board books together for the board meeting the next day. And we were listening to MC Light's Roughneck. Mm-hmm. And they were like, when the song went off, my boss at the time, she was like, if you could have any Roughneck, who would you want? I was like, Tupac. And my roommate was like, Tretch. And they were like, well, I bet you can't get in touch with Tupac. Well, he was in jail at that time. And I said, I'm sure I cannot. He's in jail, you know. Like, but try. I bet you can. Okay, bet. I mean, the fuck? Bet.
Now, you had never written a book before then?
No.
Come on, somebody. Come on, go ahead, ma'am.
I wrote in my diary since I was 7. I have tons of diaries. But anyway, fast forward, a couple of days go by. My roommate comes in. I work with my roommate. Right. And she was like, so how are you going to get in touch with Tupac? I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just like, bet. You know, I always say bet, and nothing happens. I said, I don't know. So I thought about it, and I had an uncle in prison, or who had been in and out of prison, and I knew you needed a prisoner number. I knew he was in Rikers Island. You investigative reporter. Right. I called Rikers Island. I say, I want to write Tupac a letter. How do I do that? Oh, baby, you just need his number.
And if you want the number, ladies and gentlemen, the number is Patreon. That's where you're going to get this story from. You're going to get the rest of it on Patreon. I got you. I'm sorry, guys. It's Tupac. Come on. Keep going.
And so 5 seconds later, I had his prisoner number, the address for Rikers Island, and I'm sitting there staring at it. I'm like, okay, so I could win this bet. So let's see. How is he going to find my letter?
I was about to say, you know, that's a lottery.
I said, if I got it that easily, then the whole world was able to get it that easily. Right. So I said, I'm going to do a different color envelope. Fuchsia. So I go to Kinko's at the time, which is now Staples. It used to be Kinko's. And they had this whole little display of all these rainbow colors of envelopes, and I picked fuchsia. And it was going to be fuchsia paper and fuchsia envelope, but the paper didn't transfer well with the writing. And so I wound up with the fuchsia envelope. I sprayed Perry Ellis 360 on it.
Come on now. Old school.
Old school. I wrote a short letter with my phone number in it and a photograph. I think it was my high school picture.
You gotta put a picture there.
It was my high school senior picture.
Yeah.
Like this.
Oh, you see the old classic picture?
Yeah,
oh.
like this. And sent it. And he called.
I
FedExed it from my job. I used their FedEx to FedEx it. All of his stuff was FedEx always, so I could track it. And he called. And I missed the call. I wasn't home. I was on a date.
Talk to that nigga.
Yeah, right. The guy who I wound up going to California with. That was our first date. Somewhere in the vein. We weren't exclusive yet, but it was.
Now, these ain't no cell phone days. Let's be clear. These are not cell phone days.
This was old school answering machine.
You got to wait at home for that person to contact you.
Not even a pager. It wasn't a pager.
You cannot leave the house if you're expecting a phone call. You walk out that door, you could miss that. And goddamn it, dear mama is calling her. And she on a date with an N-I-G-G-A. All day.
Oh my God. So I get home, I hear it, and I freeze because I'm like,
oh, he left a message?
Oh no, he left a message. Hey, this is Tupac.
Tell me you still got the message.
I don't, because the old school recorders, once you hit play and you heard it, it rewinds it and wipes it. I didn't know that. I'm thinking I could pull it out.
Right.
So I pulled it out. 2:00 in the morning. I run to my roommate's room. Dude, we got to go to the job and get the recorder. We had because this was a tiny cassette, like the size of this. Remember those? Mm-hmm. Little bitty ones, right? So the recorders that we had at the house with the boombox did not hold this. So we needed to go get the small one. I said, we got to go to the job. So she sleeps. She's like, we're going to get arrested. I'm like, no, we got to go to the job. We had the keys. Let's go. Got her pillow and blanket, put her in the car, took off to Junior Achievement, got in there, searched around everywhere for this recorder. We could not find it. Dead tape.
You defeated.
I was defeated. But he said he was going to call back. So So the next day,
Hold on, what was the message? What did the nigga say?
He said, "This is Tupac. Sorry I missed you. I'm gonna try to. I got your letter, something like that. I got you. It's in the book. I got your letter. I'm gonna give you a call back tomorrow."
What's your
Around
emotions?
5.
What are your emotions?
I won. I won the goddamn
I
bet.
won.
That was it.
bitch.
That was it. That was all. I mean, I was enthralled, nervous. Didn't really think he was gonna call back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, well, I missed it. I missed that opportunity to talk to him. Not that he was gonna really call back, but I was at home that night at 5 because I knew he said he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he did. And we talked, and he asked me if I would write him.
Wait a minute. Give
I don't know the exact words. I don't know.
Take your time. We got time today.
I don't know exactly.
I mean, it's Tupac. He calls Angela artists for the first time.
It's like you have a sweet voice. Your letter smells so good. I had to find what that smell was, so that worked. Do you know what I'm saying? He was looking for the
Perry
smell.
Ellis 360?
I still wear it to this day.
Okay.
Perry Ellis 360 is old school. You can find it at like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or somewhere, like on a gift set.
Patreon, y'all welcome. Ooh, y'all motherfucking welcome, Patreon. Ooh.
And I said, well, then always look for the future envelope then. And that's how he received his letters. And when I send stuff out to fans, I send it in future envelopes.
So how many letters do you think you wrote him?
From him, I got about...
He writing back.
Oh, no, he wrote back. I have some letters from him that's 14 pages long with poetry.
Hold on, right now, not right now, but you have them.
In my possession.
We gotta see him.
You will see the letters?
We got to see them letters.
I got to get them out of safety deposit box.
Yeah. And he wrote his name at the end of it?
So, like, the copies of the letters are in the book, like they're photocopied or whatever.
But you have the actual letters.
And they're still in pristine condition.
Come on, man. Come on. Come the fuck on.